Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back again with a crop of rookies looking for some payback down in the cruel catacombs and crumbling cellars of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. And if this episode were a superhero, it'd be Frank Castle, more pissed off than a rabid badger and hell-bent on revenge against those who have wronged him, thirsty for the blood of his foes. And even though Frank isn't among the new list additions to the team here, but mostly because, Frank has dignity and these guys don't, I still feel like Frank is with them in spirit as they lust for the blood of those who have wronged them as well. We, of course, have James Harper, the ghetto version of Captain America, and by that I mean James the Guardian Harper, who was basically the DC version of Captain America, just without the stars and stripes. We've also got Betsy Braddock looking for a little payback for her fallen brother. Nobody kills Captain Britain on Psylocke's watch, damn it. And also an X-Men, so, marginally completely useless, like all of the X-Men. And then, of course, Dick Grayson, who is after the man who killed the Batman. It's all about payback at this point, all about payback. And, we do have Dick Grayson, who, if nothing else, at least got to share a butler with the world's greatest detective, so he's got that going for him. The butlering, or the buddling, as I like to call it. Get that shit sorted. It's like Carson from Downton Abbey is on the scene, except, with a better accent, and Michael Caine. Anyway, we also are going to take Anna Kravinoff, I think, down into the dungeon. One, because she's like the third incarnation of Kraven the Hunter, so I'm assuming she's looking for revenge for whoever killed the first two, probably Spider-Man. Really, I hope she gets it, too, because personally I want her to find and kill Andrew Garfield, because that son of a bitch deserves it. And no, not because the new Spider-Man movies sucked, though they did suck. No, I want Andrew Garfield dead because he broke Emma Stone's heart. How could you, Spider-Man? How could you? Emma Stone is a delight. She's lovely, a goddamn national treasure. Ah, you soulless red and blue monster, how could you hurt her like that? You have no soul, Andrew Garfield, no soul. And I hope Anna Kravinoff takes you screaming into hell. But if we're going to have that happen, we're probably going to need to level Anna Kravinoff a little bit since she's level 0. So let's see if we can go find a decent dungeon for this crew to run through. What abilities do you have? We trained you, right? No, we didn't. Well, we need... or did we? We did train you. All right, let's see what abilities we're going to take. Nervous Stab. I mean, sure, it seems like some damage. Festering Vapors is a blight attack. I think we'll stick with that. Get Down seems pretty useful. Flash Powder has... it's like an accuracy debuff. Fortifying Vapors is a heal. That seems usable. Invigorating Vapors seems kinds of shitty. And Protect Me also seems sort of interesting. Let's go with, more of a defensive build. So let's get Protect Me. We'll ditch Invigorating Vapors in favor of Fortifying Heal. Plus 10 dodge and plus 3 speed. I wonder how long that lasts. That actually might be pretty good. I think we'll roll with this for now. So all of this stuff works from the 3rd or 4th slot. Alright, where do we want Anna? I think we'll put Anna in... let's go for 4. Betsy Braddock's going to be probably in our 2nd slot. Betsy, what skills have you got? The wrong one, so we're going to need to fix that. Grayson, what skills have you got? You're, close to the way I would prefer you. Actually, you kind of need to be in a 2nd slot, which means we need you in front. And I guess the Guardian is going to have to... Well, he's not really out for revenge, because Captain America isn't dead. You know what, Harper? You're sitting this one out, then. I guess we'll take Brother Voodoo down here, when we need a healer. You wouldn't last a minute. Well, you're not actually going to that dungeon, so settle down. Before we go in, though, we got a lot of, jacked up skills. Let's get that fixed first. All right, Brother Voodoo, let's get you... we could take John Constantine instead. We wouldn't have to spend money on Constantine. We should probably get maybe 1 or 2. Yeah, okay, we'll take one sort of experienced guy down in the dungeon, and that one sort of experienced guy is going to be John Constantine. Now, if comic books have taught me anything, and arguably they may be the only thing that's ever taught me anything, relying on John Constantine to keep other people alive is a goddamn tragedy, because one of Constantine's defining characteristics as a player is that he tends to get his friends killed a lot. Yeah, we definitely want If It Bleeds and Adrenaline Rush. Alright, we're gonna have to revamp your skills. So, Brother Voodoo, you're sitting this one out. Constantine, let's get you sorted. Alright, you're actually already sorted. Good. Kravinoff is sorted. Psylocke, let's get you your patented, whatever the shit your mutant power is that makes you manifest a glowing purple knife from your hand. I'm not sure what sort of mutant variety power that one is, but, I mean, shit, we'll roll with it, that's fine. It's not the weirdest mutant power. I mean, there was Cypher, who had the shittiest mutant power of all time. I can understand and read and write any language. Fantastic. How does this qualify you to fight Galactus? It really doesn't, which is probably explains a lot why Cypher is fucking dead. Keep throwing him into battle against the Juggernaut. What's Cypher gonna do? Look, I wrote you a poem, Juggy, and then he just gets stomped on. Definitely want Grape Shot Blast. Tracking Shot actually did some good work for us. I kind of like that. The Duelist Advanced Point Blank Shot Gambit is not anywhere near as effective as it used to be. But we could try it out, like starting out with a Point Blank Shot, then going back. We'll have Duelist Advance and Grape Shot Blast, I think. Alright, so we want Pistol Shot. No, let's get Point Blank Shot, Grape Shot Blast, Duelist Advance, and Open Vein. And then we're going to have Dick Grayson work from the front-ish. Not necessarily the front, but the front-ish. We're going to switch these two. Guys, settle down. Everybody's freaking out just because this one is... I'm not going to send you a level 0 guys in to fight the Hag. We'll get you a reasonable mission. Like an easy mission is what I mean. When I say reasonable, I mean easy. Short to explore 90% of rooms. Meager gold. A blood charm. That's actually not really very useful at all. Okay, that's not great, but it's intriguing. We do have a leper. Actually, we have 2 lepers, both of whom I'm quite fond of. Plus 30% heals received is something. What else have we got? What are you? Ooh, an antiquarian only item. Well then, I think, it's a medium mission though. Complete 100%. You know what? With a level 0 team, do I want to try and complete a medium mission on their first shot? You know, the hell with it. Yeah, I'm going to. Trial by fire, guys. This is it. You gotta prove that you're as good as the people you're trying to avenge. Brian Braddock was the greatest occultist we ever had. The Batman was goddamn Batman. And at Gravenmoth, we never had a previous version of Kraven the Hunter, so I mean, you're free to do whatever the shit you like. That's fine. Do as you please. 2 full stacks of food seems like a reasonable precaution here. We are in the Weald, so I'm gonna take a full 4 shovels. You know what? I'm gonna really prep up. I'm going to prep fairly heavy for this one. Only 1 key, no holy water. Torches, yes. For once, I'm going to do the right thing and not forget to bring goddamn torches. Alright, we spent a fortune prepping for this mission, but, if my hunter's instincts tell me anything, and arguably they tell me nothing, if I would had to survive by my own ability to catch and capture food, I would swiftly starve. I'm no hunter. But if my hunter's instincts tell me anything, it's that the antiquarian is supposed to be awesome when it comes to loot. Like, she's a loot monkey. She brings the loot. So I'm going to rely on her to bring the loot. We got some nice scouting. We're completing 100% of room battles, so we're going to have to walk through this entire dump. This mission's going to take 100 years, because we are down 1 damage dealer as well. Now, granted, we do have 2 very strong damage dealers in our frontline shooters. Dick Grayson starting things off straight up with a kill. That's quite nice. How come you don't have Jericho Drum? We get a fixture skills. I really don't want to heal anyone for the fear that you will bleed them, Jericho Drum. You just pass? Just pass. Take your 6 stress. Fantastic. We got stress for that. Fortifying Vapors, a 1-point heal. Protect me. Nervous. Let's just see what a nervous stab can do. Okay, very little damage. 3 is not good. Sweet dodge from Brother Voodoo, and there we go. Betsy Braddock starting things off the way her brother would have wanted. 1 shot, 1 kill. Okay, I mean, that was a ridiculously easy fight, too. Let's not get too overexcited. That was like as easy gets, right there. Antiquarian. Okay, so as I understand, antiquarians are supposed to be all about loot and cash. So we're going to have the antiquarian pretty much do everything. Oh, she found a trinket. No, this is not a trinket. A minor collectible worth money in bunches. Okay, so it's 275 gold. Well, I mean, all right. Yeah, so that's going to be the antiquarian's job then, basically, is I think we're going to have her mostly dealing with traps and then touching every forbidden object. Every quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, yeah, that's going to be the antiquarian's job. We're going to turn her into the greatest poem of all time, by the way. Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. Yeah, it's the best poem ever written. And you know, when I say that, be aware that I'm a man who's read a pretty considerable deal of poetry. I mean, I've read a lot of poetry. So we get one of these every time she touches a thing. And also whatever this is, a bag of marbles. +5 dodge. Alright, well, okay, so the Antiquarian has already located a trinket for herself, and she's gotten us an extra, what? Like 550 gold. So it seems like their combat abilities are gonna just be shit then. I mean, she's gonna be completely worthless when it comes to fighting, right? Because that's the only way this character makes sense, is if when it comes to a fight, she's utterly worthless. Dick Grayson getting dodged, that's hugely unfortunate. So we've got a 1-point heal, which we could use to bring people off of Death's Door, so she's got that going for her at least. Festering Vapors, I mean, all of these things are hugely blight resistant. Yeah, you know, I think we're better off to just... Okay, well, that's 5 damage is not nothing. I mean, it's not good, but it's not no. And I forgot to fix Brother Voodoo's skills. I really need to remember to do that, because that could be something that has long-term tragic consequences. We're going to have Betsy Braddock start piling bleeds on this fungus man, because I hate these fungus men more than nearly anything else in the game, except for these fucking dogs, which I abjectly hate more than anything else in the game. Those dogs are my least favorite foes. I would rather fight the Collector than 4 dogs. And I hate the Collector, but I'd still rather fight the Collector than 4 of those dogs. The only positive things those dogs have is occasionally they give you rabies, which personally, I know it's a disease, but I consider rabies to be a buff. Because it's straight up a buff, and you're never going to convince me otherwise. A small accuracy penalty for the bonuses that you get from the rabies, totally worth it. You want rabies. Alright, Antiquarian. Alright, you know, Craven the Hunter, she can hunt a dog. So it's not a big game. She's not out slaying jungle cats or anything, you know, nothing crazy like that, but she can kill a dog. Should we start Weird Reconstruct? You know, I think it's best to keep on top of the healing with this particular crew. We should probably try and stay as healed as possible. So, we can't hit... Alright. Just try and kill that guy. Oh, you didn't get to bleed on him earlier. That really sucks. And a Kravenoff also can't quite finish the job. Alright, this is not going well at all. What does this ability do? Sure, try and pull this guy to the front. We have the wrong ability, but maybe we can sort of make it work. I think this guy's going to use Escape Cloud, though, to try and move himself back, and that's going to get both of our front rank guys poisoned. Pulling him forward was probably objectively a terrible idea. So, a little Grape Shot Blast. That got us a kill and some damage on our other 2, which is good. Let's just hew this. Now is not the time to start missing, Betsy. You're supposed to be a badass, Betsy. You're supposed to be this great colossal thing. And yet, he gains. How does this happen? That's the comedic line, by the way, sort of my comedic party line. When in doubt, quote the Princess Bride. That's the way to go. Can't go wrong, especially if the person you're quoting from the Princess Bride is Wallace Shawn. Because Wallace Shawn is awesome. Dick Grayson finishing things off with a little bit of Batman Blast. So do we just pick up one of these like every time we do anything? Or is it because the Kravenoff got a kill, maybe? Not entirely sure how that works. But hey, heirloom chest? Yeah, go ahead and open that up, Antiquarian. This is your whole job. What is this? A rare antique. It's worth holy crap, man. The Antiquarian just fucking shits money. We don't even have to finish a dungeon. Maybe that's the thing. I mean, we're going to get a ton of stress if we have to bail out without finishing a dungeon, but we just got a ton there. The Antiquarian is really making this pretty profitable. We don't have a thing. Yeah, you know what? It's fine.
Wealth beyond measure.
Man, I'm really digging the Antiquarian here. We're getting just crazy truckloads of gold. It's a money train. It's a crazy train. All aboard. We're going off the rails on a crazy train with this Antiquarian. We don't have any bandages. Let's see what happens if we use one without the right curio. We get a disease. Yeah, it's fine. The blight. Shake it off, Kravenoff. It's fine. Toughen up. You're going to need a thicker skin if you're going to be running in this dungeon. You're not a combat hog by any stretch of the imagination. What you're doing outside of combat, I gotta say, I'm really digging, though. And also, you've killed guys, so, I mean, you're not completely helpless. You're definitely not a damn... Oh, you got the bees. No, don't be upset by having the rabies. The rabies is a good thing. You want the rabies, trust me. Rabies, it's a thing that you desire. You need the rabies. I have got to fix Brother Voodoo's skills. Brilliant work, Brother Voodoo. Net loss on that heal. Good job, buddy. Good job. Betsy Braddock did kill the dog, so nobody else is getting rabies at least. We also need to reorder our party so that things are in the correct location. Fortifying Vapors yourself. It'd be nice if maybe that cured blights or bleeds or something as well. 4 damage out of old Tricky Dick Grayson, who got... There's a buff on that? Riposte. Minus 40% damage when riposte. Does that mean he takes less damage or does less damage? I'm confused. Man, we got another 1,000 gold trinket. Oh, they stack! Oh, that's so good! Oh man, this antiquarian is gonna make us rich beyond our wildest dreams. I mean, this is crazy loot right here. Let's eat a little food because we are a little banged up. Something's going on the ground, and I think it's this onyx. Objects that stack to 500. Oh, our gold is going higher too. We can stack gold to 2,000? Is this something else to... Man, antiquarians are the... Okay. I'm fully on board with the antiquarian. We're gonna want like 6 antiquarians because it seems like they need to go in every dungeon. We're getting fantastically rich, and it's all the result of the antiquarian being... Oh man, having her eat food is kind of a waste though. Healing 1 per food, not that good. Not that good. Still got quite a bit of dungeon left to do. We also seem to be getting scouting really regularly. Is there a fight in this room? No. Good. We will probably avoid that room, although every single curio we pass is an opportunity for extra cat. You gotta be shitting me. Sconces that just have a torch in them. We also got 270. I'm desperately in love Anna Kravimov. Anna Kravimov, will you marry me? Will you become my wife? Me, Perfidious. We got a torch and 1,000 gold. Holy shit, the antiquarian is broken amazing. They seem ridiculously good. We could bail out of this mission right now, pay for stress relief for our entire team to buy off the extra stress we got for abandoning the mission, and I think we would still turn a profit. We've got 5,000 gold in just 2 stacks. That's fucking unholy wealth. We're rolling in Scrooge McDuck style fortunes here. I'm gonna have to build a vault to keep my money in at this rate. I'm gonna need something bigger than what I've got. It's good that we resisted the bleed. Little escape cloud, no surprise there. Gonna escape cloud as well. Yep, okay. Honestly, I hate escape cloud a great deal. I would really prefer that they hit us with anything other than escape cloud. 5 damage on the old fungal. On the plus side, we're not marked, so at least we don't have to worry about getting rendered marked. Groping swipe does a little less damage. I think we'll have, just have you heal, Kravimov. Got her little sensor there. She's spraying some sweet-smelling herbs at us. I have to assume they would be the sweetest smelling of herbs because as crazy fucking rich as she's got to be, they've got to be like the most expensive potpourris of all time. She's not rolling with that garden variety kind of vaguely peachish, sort of pungent, acrid potpourri. She's burning like gold, frankincense, and myrrh or some shit. Like the most expensive of scented. She's burning, you know what she's burning? She's burning Mitch Hedberg cinnamon roll incense. That's what she's burning. Are we blighted for like 8 trillion at the moment? We've got to have just a ruinous amount of blight damage on us. Yeah, he has 12 blight damage. So we really need to make some of these guys be dead very quickly. Here comes a rain of blight because I've guessed that we want to make sure and get as much blight as possible on everyone. Grape shot blast. Did score a kill. Man, Dick Grayson's in deep shit here. We really need to make all of these guys be dead very quickly. It's just this escape cloud. They keep throwing escape cloud at us and stacking blights on. 5 damage per round for 3 rounds. You've got to kill these guys. Also, somebody really needs to do something about Dick Grayson. You can hit that. Well, kill him. Okay, so what can we do to keep Dick Grayson alive here? We could camp. Yeah, we absolutely have to camp here and hope that somebody can get rid of a disease. We're gonna, I'm sure, eat as much food as possible. If for nothing else than to give us plenty more room to hold treasure, because holy shit are we making fat bank here. Alright, so what can you do? Curious incantation. Time, cost 1, self only. Minus 50% stress. That's not that good. Strange powders. Bonus bleed, blight, okay, so that's resist to everybody. And you have pep talk. Alright, so your camping skills are not fantastic, Anna Kravimov. You have unspeakable commune. Dark ritual. Heals 50% and moves more. That's okay, but it's not great. Unparalleled finesse is good. Gallows humor. No. Wound care? Yes. Fix your own. You can't wound care yourself. Alright, who has the next most blight, I suppose? We should. Actually, no, we don't even want to do that. Turn off wound care. Please tell me, nobody else has wound care, huh? Nobody? Nobody thought, you know, maybe somebody could get hurt. Or ridiculously poisoned and we might need to fix them up. Never occurred to you, huh? That's brilliant. Good thinking. So we get Battle Trance, which gives us huge bonuses if in position 1, and penalties when not in position 1. I'm going to go ahead and say no to that. We can test... Okay. I was going to say what we can do is test the Antiquarian. She is not religious, so we did learn something there. Unparalleled finesse is pretty good. Let's just throw that. I guess we'll... Gallows humor takes a lot of time. How much time have we got left? I mean, not a lot of time if you're this guy, because he's going to die. I can't believe you can't wound care yourself. So you're taking 2 damage per round. 2 rounds. Alright, well, you may as well do that, then. You're not fond of blood, but at least it's yours. Yeah, you know, a smarter man would have used that bandage on himself, Dick Grayson. I guess that's what happens when you're a truly noble soul. Be like, nope, it's fine, not for me. Nope, I don't need it. Don't need it. Dick Grayson, he's a better man than that. Dick Grayson, he helps others before Dick Grayson helps himself. He'd be like, no, Dick, you're bleeding to death. He's like, I'm sure. Yeah, it's fine. I'll rub it off. I'll use some of that bat coagulation spray that, oh, shit, I'm not the Batman, and I don't have a utility belt. And then he just drops dead. I guess we'll try and food our way through it, because that's really the only way I see us getting out of this. 5 damage per... He's taking 15 damage. We have to eat more just to keep him alive. Wow. That's a lot of friggin' blight damage. God, I hate the wield. We did not get ambushed, which is nice. Alright, Antiquarian, do your thing. Nothing of value inside. That's the first time she's come up short. So you know what? All things considered, I'm not even salty about it. Empty sack. Okay, now she's starting to be a little disappointing here. Salvage an unburned torch with an extra 250 gold. That's fine. She dodged the trap. What's her trap disarm like, anyway? Oh, didn't we have scouting? Why didn't we get a chance to just straight up ignore that trap? Seems like we should have gotten a warning. Alright, well, you're gonna have to... Oh, you're... Okay, well, you didn't die. So there's that. Maybe eat some more food. At least one more rune battle. Alright, Anna Kravimov, you're really carrying the gold thing on this team. What can you do about, like, scouting and stuff? I mean, you're supposed to be the descendant of Kraven the Hunter, the greatest hunter ever, who was so... unchallenged by the species on this planet that he decided to fucking hunt Spider-Man, because that's clearly the next logical step. I am the greatest hunter who has ever walked the earth. There is no foe that I cannot bring to bear, no beast that I might not slay. There is nothing left for me except Spider-Man. Because I've never hunted a spider, I guess. What's my rationale for this? Anyone? See, I think it was just like somebody somewhere. Kraven the Hunter. He's like out at a bar, right? He just came back with his boys. They were out in the Serengeti hunting, I don't know, like tigers or lions or whatever the shit one hunts out on the Serengeti, or, you know, slaughtering rhinos and poaching them or something like that. Whatever the guys like Kraven the Hunter do for fun. Killing for sport, that's a good fucking... Yeah, do that. Kill for sport. Anyway, so he and his boys are out killing for sport, and they've just, you know, made a big kill. They're like, yeah, we killed the shit out of whatever helpless critter we ambushed and just tore it apart. It was great. They're celebrating, getting drunk at the old pub there. And they're like, somebody drops a bar bet. They're like, so, Kraven, what's the greatest thing you ever killed? And he's like, oh, you know, I bare-knuckle boxed a lion one time. I tied one of my arms behind my back and wrestled a bear. And they're like, oh, you're the man, Kraven. And they're like, what are you going to do next? I mean, what is there left for Kraven the Hunter? What's the epitomical achievement for Kraven? Where do you go from here? From these lofty heights of murdering helpless animals? And he's like, well, Yeah, I never really thought about it. I just thought I'd keep killing animals. And they're like, oh, well, come on, Kraven. You got to have aspirations, man. Everybody needs a higher goal. And he was like, I guess I could try and kill Spider-Man, maybe? And they're like, yeah, man, that's the shit. You got to go for the Spider-Man. Try taking out a superhero. And somebody else was like, gee, don't you think you should maybe get, like, I don't know, a really powerful or dangerous superhero? And they're like, no, you got to build up to it, man. You don't want to start high. You don't start by trying to take out, like, the Sentry or Iron Man or the Hulk. You got to start small. You got to start somewhere. And they're like, well, maybe go for an X-Men then. You know, the X-Men, I really, you know, this is just me, Perfidious Pete's opinion, but there's a lot of the X-Men that I really feel like Kraven the Hunter would have been more than a match for. Like Dazzler, you don't think Kraven the Hunter could have taken Dazzler? Come on, man. Dazzler would have just fucking gone down in a heap. But anyway, they were like, you know, maybe start with an X-Man. What do you say? That rogue girl. What? Start with, you know, start with Cypher. Let's start with the superhero thing. We'll start it off right. Go kill Cypher. And everybody laughed because they knew it was a joke because Cypher had no powers. I mean, he was basically just literate. That was his whole power. But the health damage is very unfortunate there. But Kraven wasn't having any of that. He's like, no, Kraven must have real challenge. Kraven the Hunter, he is the greatest hunter ever. He also sound a little like Yuri Novak, but Kraven is great hunter. He must have worthwhile foe. And they're like, well, shit, I don't know. All right, what about another X-Man? I mean, they're all pretty weak. You could really take your pick. He's like, no, I want something that's an actual challenge, not an X-Man. Let's try and get an actual fight. Kraven must have actual fight. And they were like, you know, there's always Spider-Man. I mean, he doesn't seem that powerful, but then again, he's not really a pushover either. He's like a nice middleweight sort of challenge, and he was like, yes, this is the man, you are right. Kraven will hunt the spider. And then, you know, he spent like the next, what, 40, 50 years of his life trying to kill Spider-Man because of a stupid bar bet. Ah, Kraven the Hunter, buddy. You really should have reassessed some of your life choices. Betsy Braddock living up to her brother's sort of predecessor. He set a good example for her, and she's, you know, she's adhering to it. All right, Antiquarian, let's have you chew through a thorny excuse me? I had a shovel. I really hate it when it does that. I really hate it a lot. You have the thing, it's on the thing, and you click, instead of clicking in the middle, you click the check mark, because check mark usually means yes, okay, and then it doesn't use it. It makes me salty. We have at least one more room battle, and I'm kind of hoping that this is it. I am very not enthused about having surprised these enemies, though. If they get a double round on us and go back to back to back, somebody is going to get killed. These guys will score a kill on us if they get to go double round. We're not going to be able to kill any of them either. Oh, this really sucks. If they double us up, somebody's going to die. We didn't even get to bleed. This is very bad. We got a lot of people who are injured. These guys have very high speed. They're going to go back to back, and if they take a poke at Anna Kravimov, she's just dead. All right, hitting Dick Grayson is fine. He knows how to take a punch. Guy hung out with Batman a lot. Say what you want, but Batman always kind of struck me as the kind of guy who would be like sort of with the domestic violence, but like on the down low, just like surreptitiously. Dick Grayson was, you know, there was some quiet abuse going on there, I think. Not sexual abuse, don't get me wrong. I'm just thinking, you know, like verbal and emotional abuse. I mean, Batman is a pretty fucked up guy. He's not exactly the most mentally healthy chap, and definitely not someone who should be raising a young boy by himself. Alfred was probably there to, you know, to undo the worst of the damage, but you know what happened. Bruce said a careless thing because he'd been out all night Batmaning and he was tired, and Dick was like, oh, Batman, come on, let me go with you. I want to go. Come on, come on. Please, Bruce, please. He's like, shut up. Maybe like a casual sort of dismissive backhand was thrown that left Dick Grayson battered and bleeding in the hallway, and then Alfred had to come along and pick up the pieces. You know what I'm saying. Just saying the Batman's probably not the greatest father figure, because, you know, Batman never really had a father, so he didn't really, you know, he didn't have a lot to go on. He doesn't know how to love or be loved. That's why he tries, you know, to go out and punch individual muggers. That's how he fought crime. You're like, nah, I'm just gonna go beat up muggers. This is the only outlet for my rage. I don't know how to focus my grief properly, so I'm gonna go punch muggers. Alright, quest complete, and I don't think we need to push our luck on this one. We already made a magnificent fortune in this dungeon. I am a huge fan of the Antiquarian already. Big time fan. I am going to unlock the strongbox. Oh, not with you. Antiquarian. All right, it's trapped. And it's no big deal then. All right, now we'll bail out of the dungeon. So let's take a look and count all of our disgusting loot. So 4,500 for completing the mission, and then an additional shitload. Man, those minor antiques stacked to the heavens, and they really holy crap. That's a buttload of gold. Very close to 15,000 gold for a medium apprentice mission. That is a ton. Well more than we spent. And the other thing we got to point out, everybody made it. We actually made it through a medium level dungeon. Unless the Antiquarian just scales terribly, like their abilities scale complete garbage, I think for your medium and short length missions, the Antiquarian is definitely a very viable alternative. Plus, Anna Kravinoff has rabies now, so she's going to hit harder than she should. Dick Grayson is a Warren's foe, probably because one of those traumatic verbal abuse sessions. He had a flashback to the whole Batman thing about the time they were in the Weald, and he was like, "Oh, Batman, come on, let's go. The Joker's in here." And Batman was like, "Shut up, Dick. I know he's in here. Tired of your shit. Just go sit in the Batcar and wait." And Dick was like, "Okay, it's fine, Bruce. I'll just be in the Batmobile. It's okay." Little teary-eyed and weepy. Betsy Braddock is a beast hater, which is good. Bonus stress damage and a light for Jericho Drum. I mean, I hate Fangophobia, and we'll probably get rid of it, but it does seem sort of appropriate for a voodoo priest. Also, how the hell is that a superpower, by the way? He's just a Hungong. How was Brother Voodoo ever even sort of considered the kind of foe that, say, it would take, like, even a Doctor Strange to fight? Just, it's horribly inappropriate. So Dorian Green could not achieve a meditative state of state and become frustrated. She now has an unquiet mind, but still managed to meditate and get 56 stress, even though it straight up says she failed. Catherine Bishop got rid of the fits, but managed to keep the rabies. That's what we like to see. And Wade Wilson actually got rid of all of his diseases when he went in for treatment, which, considering he's Wade Wilson, I guess sort of makes sense. And Mercedes Knight no longer misses the spot. That's excellent. Got some levels for the rest of the team. Let's take a look at the Stagecoach very quickly and see what's on offer. Another Grave Robber is actually pretty tempting. I really like what Elektra has done for the team. Grave Robbers seem pretty good since the most recent patch. And we could use another level 0 to, fill in for Anna Kravinoff in a situation where we might not want to have to sack damage to haul a fourth person through the dungeon. Then again, we don't have a bounty hunter, do we? Oh, no, we do. Paul Denning is dead. What was it that we got killed that we didn't replace? Somebody died and we didn't replace them. What class? Oh, it was an Abomination. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, Amy Oblonsky. He's the other guy who's dead. I forgot about him because I wasn't hugely enthused with the Abomination until the mission that he got killed on. Do I want to take... You know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Grave Robber. I really like what Elektra Natchios has been doing, and I know it shames me to say that I like Elektra. I don't know. I don't feel good about it deep in my soul. That like anything Elektra related seems... I mean, it seems borderline criminal, sort of. We have enough deeds to do some upgrades here, and I would love to upgrade my furnace, but we don't have enough crests. Can we do a Stagecoach upgrade then? Because those also take deeds. Actually, experience... Whoa. This is a thing? What is this? Provides a chance of higher level recruits appearing in the Stagecoach. Why the hell do I not have this? Well, fuck. Yeah, I'm just taking that. So can we just, like, recruit level 1 guys now? Why did I not buy this much earlier? Oh, because it has prerequisites. That's why. You need a mastery level 3. And okay. Ah, very intriguing. All right, well, I'm glad I noticed that. Perfidious Pete, the observation skills of the world's worst detective. Because I had loving parents, and they raised me in a healthy environment. It doesn't explain why I turned out to be such a worthless piece of crap, but it's not my parents' fault. It's entirely, all the blame with that relies on me. I'm basically the anti-Batman. See, Batman came from a broken, miserable failure and turned out to be, a crime-punching philanthropist billionaire, whereas I am a worthless, largely piece of shit despite having come from a loving, happy home. Doesn't make any sense at all, man. Doesn't make any sense. Truth, stranger than fiction. You know what else is stranger than fiction? The way I'm going to get out of this episode with that segue. That's what it is. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon, including the fat stacks of Scrooge McDuck's fortunes we're going to get from Anna Kravinoff, I consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. But Dick Grayson won't, because he's going in a timeout. Oh, Batman.